And hello, everybody. This is Dave Cruzen coming to you from Gallatin County High School. Tonight, the Gallatin County Lady Hawks will take on the Weber Township Lady Trojans. We are about 12 minutes away from the start of this one. I am going to step away for just a moment, and we will pick things up when the girls get back out on the floor. And we have some senior night activity tonight as well. We'll try to capture that. I think they're planning on doing that before the game. So, going to step away, and we will be back in just a moment. Hang with us. We are back. Neither team is on the floor yet, but we're going to go ahead and talk about a few things before we get started. Let's take a look at the matchup for tonight. The Lady Hawks come into this game with a record of 14 wins and 14 losses, so they are right at 500 on the season. Of course, they are the GEC Conference regular season and tournament champions, and this is their last game of the regular season. Their opponents tonight, Weber Township, come into this game with a record of 11 wins and 15 losses. They are 2-3 in the Midland Trail Conference, and they are coming in here on a bit of a hot streak as they have won 4 of their last 5 games rolling into tonight's matchup. Tonight we are only going to have one varsity game tonight. Neither team will be playing a JV game. Weber Township does not have a deep bench, and so we are going to forego the JV game tonight and just have the one varsity affair. Neither team has, of course, have not met each other during the regular season this year. They do have a few common opponents throughout the year and mixed results with those. But all indications would point to this could be a very evenly matched basketball game here this evening between Gallatin and Weber Township. Let's take a look at the upcoming calendar, just so you're aware of what's going on with the Lady Hawks. The senior night game tonight, Weber Township. And then this is, of course, their last regular season game. They will start regional tournament play on Saturday afternoon at 1 p.m. right here at Gallatin. They will be taking on the Lady Pharaohs of Egyptian, and that will be at 1 o'clock on Saturday. That is the opening round of the regional tournament. If they win the opening game, they will move on to the semifinals on Monday night at 7:30 against the Goreville Lady Black Cats. And of course, if they were to win that matchup, they would move on to the championship game, which is next Friday, February 20th at 7 p.m. And their opponent on the other side, more than likely, would be the Christopher Lady Bearcats. They are the top seed in the regional tournament, and they have on their bracket Pope County, Joppa, and Pope County and Joppa. That is it on their side of the bracket. So all those games will take place at Gallatin County High School. Gallatin is the host of the boys and girls regionals this year. So Lady Hawks will play on Saturday. If they win, they play Monday night. And then, of course, if they win that, they move on to Friday night's championship game here against whoever comes out of the bottom bracket. More than likely, it will be Christopher. So that is the upcoming schedule for the girls. For the boys will be in action tomorrow night. They travel to Pope County for a GEC matchup. I will have the call for that game on Friday night. Then next week, the boys have 3 in a row. Tuesday night, the 17th, they are at Hardin County. Wednesday night, the 18th, they are home for a reschedule with Carrier Mills. And then on Thursday, the 19th, that will be senior night. They will be taking on the Crab Orchard Trojans, and that is next Thursday night. And then the following week, they will enter into regional tournament play on the 23rd of February. The Hawks got the number 8 seed in their regional subsectional, and out of I believe there were 17 teams in the region. They were the number 8 seed. We do not know yet who they will play. We know that they will be hosting a game on Monday. Or we are almost certain that it'll be on Monday. That they'll be hosting a game as they are the upper seed and will be a host for a first round quarterfinal play-in type game. But those results will come out tomorrow afternoon. We'll pass that along to you tomorrow night once we actually get that and we know who the Hawks will be playing, and we will let you know that tomorrow evening down at Pope County. So we're about 6 minutes away from the start of this one. I know they have some senior night activities, so we want to make sure we capture that, and we're also going to make sure we get the girls coming out on the floor here. It is their last regular season home game. So I'm going to step away until something starts to take place here, and then we will get you right to it. And the Lady Hawks are about to take the floor here. I think they're going to come out and do a brief warm-up, and then we will have our senior night announcements. And the Lady Hawks are on the floor. Nice crowd attendance tonight for the Lady Hawks finale of the season. We are getting ready for the senior night activities. Lady Hawks have two
Good evening, everyone, and
this year.
welcome to our 2026 Lady Hawks Basketball Senior Night. Our first senior is Miss Hannah Forrester.
Hannah Forrester is our first.
Hannah is the daughter of Michelle Forrester of Ridgeway. Hannah has played basketball and softball for all of her high school career. She is also a member of Student Council, Beta Club, FBLA, FCCLA, Book Club, and yearbook staff. Her future plans are to pursue a career in education. Hannah Forrester. Our second and final senior
And that is the senior night activities. And we're waiting now for the starting lineups and the national anthem.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please stand and face the flag for the singing of the national anthem by Bob and Diane Roberts.
Bob and Diane Roberts doing the honors tonight for the national anthem. And a great job on the national anthem. For those of you that don't know, Bob Roberts is he is pretty much the personalized bus driver for the Lady Hawks. He takes them to all the away games, and he really enjoys being able to do that. And a great guy. We're ready for the starting lineups. And we will have the lineups first for Weber Township. Weber Township with only 7 players on the roster.
Good evening and welcome to tonight's game between the Weber Lady Trojans and your own Gallatin County Hawks. First, the lineup for the visiting Lady Trojans. At guard, number 45, Lydia Holbert.
Lydia Holbert is at one guard spot.
Chloe King.
Number 24, Chloe King.
Number 22, Emery Withrow.
Emery Withrow.
At forward, number 44, Emma Forstall.
Emma Forstall.
And at center, number 4, Eden Knight.
And Eden Knight will round out
Are coached by
the
Brittany
rotation
George.
for the Lady Trojans of Weber Township. And now for the Lady Hawks.
And now let's get up and hear it for your Gallatin County Lady Hawks. At guard, number 20, senior Riley Russell.
Riley Russell, one of the outgoing seniors this year.
Senior Hannah Forrester.
Hannah Forrester, the other senior.
At forward, number 11, Sophie Wargle.
Sophie Wargle, number 11. She is a sophomore.
At forward, number 5, Cadence Holloway.
Number 5, Cadence Holloway, the lone junior on the team.
Center, number 31, Holly Holmes.
And number 31, Hallie Holmes, a sophomore. And that rounds out the rotation for the Lady Hawks.
Baker, Ryan Rubel, and Bryce Gavacci.
So we are about ready to roll here. Let's go ahead and get your scoreboard thrown up there. The Lady Hawks and the Lady Trojans. Get ready to tip it off here. Just getting started. Pull up a chair. Hallie Holmes jumping center with number 4, Eden Knight. And the tip controlled by Weber Township. Number 24, that is Chloe King, off to 45. Holbert down in the corner to King. She dumps it into number 22. That was Withrow. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to Gallatin, and the Lady Hawks will have the ball on offense for the first time tonight. Cadence Holloway with the ball up top to Hannah Forrester. Now over to Russell. Back to Cadence Holloway. Now over to Forrester. Into Holmes. Her shot is up. It is no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds. Saved by Cadence Holloway. And Holbert comes up with the ball for Weber Township. Gets it off to King on the far side. King pulls it out. Doubles back. Goes to the baseline. Tries to put one up underneath and misses. Sophie Wargel pulls the rebound. And the Lady Hawks have a defensive stand again. Back to the offensive end. Holloway on the left side up top to Forrester. Lady Hawks will win last night over El Dorado. Into Wargel. She drives the baseline. Her shot is blocked, but a foul coming on number 22. That is Emery Withrow. That'll be her first, team first. And that will send Sophie Wargel to the line to shoot 2. Lady Hawks struggled from the line last night, so looking to turn that around tonight. First one is up and good. And just like they were instructed to do, they turn it around. And Sophie connects on both, and the Lady Hawks take a 2-0 lead, and they have the full court pressure out. Passes away. Helms comes up with it out to Russell. Russell to Holloway. Back over to Russell. And the Lady Hawks will reset the offense into Holmes. She turns, tries to dump it low. It's going to be off of a couple of players' hands from Weber. And the Lady Hawks will inbound into their own goal. Riley Russell to trigger it in. Still looking for someone. Kicks it into Holloway. Her shot is up and good. And the Lady Hawks take a 4-0 lead. Ball quickly inbounds. Number 45, Holbert, she drives the length of the floor, misses the layup, but the rebound is put back in by Emma Forstall. And the Lady Hawk lead is cut in half at 4-2. Russell over to Wargel. Down in the corner to Russell. Back up top to Wargel, now out to Forrester. Cross to Wargel. Dribbles into the corner. Her pass is batted and knocked away by King. Her pass ahead to Holbert, who is on the break by herself. Misses the shot, but Eden Knight is there to clean it up. And the Lady Hawks are now even at 4 apiece with the Weber. 5:50 on the clock. First quarter, just getting going. Forrester to Holloway, back to Forrester on the right side. Up top, Riley Russell. Over to Forrester. Up top, Cadence Holloway. Now over to Forrester. Works down the right side, back up top to Russell. Over to Holloway. She fires the 3. She misses. Rebound fought for, and a jump ball. Hallie Holmes and number 22, that was Withrow, tie it up. And it'll be Gallatin County basketball under their own goal. Russell on the inbound, gets it out to Holloway. Holloway looking in the corner. Wargel is there, kicks it into Russell. Russell, low block, goes up. Her shot no good. Forrester on the backside with a rebound. And the Lady Hawks back to a 2-point advantage. Quickly up court is Weber. King with the basketball. Moves quickly. Working up top, gets it off to Withrow. Withrow to Holbert. Holbert drives the baseline, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound comes down. Hallie Holmes had it, but she is going to be tied up down there by A player from Weber, didn't see what number that was. I believe it was 22. Forstall to inbound. The ball is tipped up. Forstall comes up with it, and she will connect. That is her 4th point of the night. And the Lady Hawks, the Lady Trojans, dead even at 6. Forster on the right side. Back up top. Holloway over to Forster. Out to Russell. Riley Russell with the basketball over to Forster. Lady Hawks being patient. Into Wargle. She drives down. Her shot is blocked by number 22, Withrow. And the ball is out of bounds. It'll be Gallatin County basketball on the baseline. Abby Eastman checks in, and Sophie Wargle will go to the bench. 4:19 on the clock, first quarter. Ball then to Holloway, to Eastman. She tries to dump it down low, but it's knocked out of bounds again off of Withrow. Lady Trojans do have a height advantage over the Lady Hawks. Holloway into Forrester. Fires the 3. No good. Rebound comes down. Eden Knight flips it ahead to Holbert. She drives the length, lays it up and in. And Weber takes their first lead of the evening. 8-6. Holloway up top to Forrester. Back over to Holloway. She's going to fire a 3. It's no good. Rebound. Eden Knight gets it out to Forstall. Now out to Holbert. Over to King. Top of the key. Into Knight. She makes a drive to the low block. Her shot is no good. Rebound through the hands of a couple of Trojans. Holbert comes down with it. Her shot is no good. But King is there to put it in. And Weber expands their lead to 10-6, and that's a timeout on the floor. Thirty-second timeout, Gallatin County. 3:22 on the clock. Like we said, this is probably an evenly matched duo on the floor, and Weber Township coming into this on a bit of a roll, winning 4 of their last 5. So the Hawks are going to have to work to slow things down just a little bit. Be Gallatin County basketball taken the length of the floor. And Hannah Forrester gets it into Russell. And Riley Russell will bring it down the floor. Off to Forrester, into the corner. Holloway dumps it into Eastman. She dumps it low to Hallie Holmes on the far side. She's going to be fouled on the ground. It's on number 44, Forstall. That'll be her first, team second. And the Lady Hawks will be inbounding the ball under their own basket. Riley Russell to trigger it in for the Lady Hawks. Pass in to Forrester, top of the key. Over to Holloway. Lady Hawks with some reinforcements checking in at the scorer's table. Pass over to Forrester, just inside the three-point line. Her shot no good. Rebound fought for, and King comes down with it for Weber. Gets it out to Holbert. And the Lady Trojans on the run. Holbert steps back, fires a 3, no good. Rebound comes down to Withrow, and she is going to be fouled on the rebound. Foul coming against Hallie Holmes. That'll be Hallie's first and the team first, I believe, on the Lady Hawks. I'm in a bad angle to see the board up here, but it is the first team foul. Forstall inbounds the ball to Knight. One dribble, she misses. Hallie Holmes with the rebound, gets it off to Greenlee Baker, who's in the game now for the Hawks. Greenlee drives down, catches the ball on her hips, going to be whistled for a traveling violation, and it'll be a turnover back to Weber. Like Greenlee Baker and Harper Fromm checked in at that last timeout, or last stoppage of play. Anyway, Cadence Holloway with a steal. She's going to drive the length. Her shot rims out. Hallie Holmes is there, and a foul coming against, I believe it's Holbert from Weber. That'll be her first, team third. And Hallie Holmes will go to the line to shoot a pair for the Lady Hawks. Hallie's first shot is good. Checking in for Weber Township, number 10, that'd be Mariah Anderson. And setting down, number 44, Emma Forstall. Hallie's second shot, no good. King from Weber Township with the rebound. And Weber with the ball into the front court. Off to Holbert. Holbert brings it over. All the way down to the left side. Gets it to Knight. Knight kicks it over to Anderson. Down to King. She drives the baseline. Out to Knight. Over to Holbert. Dumps it down low, but Hallie Holmes is there. Throws it ahead to Holloway. All by herself. Lays it up and in. Cadence Holloway and the Lady Hawks pull it back to a 1-point lead for Weber. King with the basketball. Ahead to Knight. Knight down low on the far side to Anderson. Her shot no good. Rebound comes down to King. Her shot is no good. Gets her own board, puts it up and in. And a timeout called by Weber Township as they have a 3-point advantage at 12-9.
Ladies and gentlemen, with that basket, number 24, Chloe King just reached her 1,000th point. Congratulations.
And congratulations to Chloe King from Weber Township. That was her 1,000th point. Quite an accomplishment for that young lady. And a good hand being given to her by both crowds. Glad to see that. Congratulations to her. This is the time of year when you see a lot of those folks reach that 1,000-point plateau. Abby Eastman gets the ball into Harper Fromm, and here come the Lady Hawks. 1:33 on the clock. Hawks trail it by 3. Over to Holloway, and the pass is off of Holbert's hands, and it will be Gallatin basketball. Riley Russell checks in, and Cadence Holloway will go take a break. On the floor for the Hawks, Fromm, Baker, Russell, Eastman, and Holmes. Fromm with the basketball out to Baker. Now back to Harper Fromm. She dumps it low to Eastman, but it's off her hands and retrieved by Weber Township. Withrow with the theft, gives it off to King. King gets it ahead to Holbert. Holbert down low to Knight. Knight, her pass underneath goes out of bounds, and it will be Gallatin County basketball. 1:03 on the clock. Russell with the ball into the front court to Fromm. Nearly walks, just about drug that back foot. Back to Baker. Over to Russell. Russell drives in, all the way in, goes up and connects. And Riley Russell, her first bucket of the evening, foul on number 22. That is Emery Withrow. That'll be her second, team third. And for the Lady Hawks, Mariah Horton will check in. And for Weber, Emma Forstall comes in as number 22, Withrow, goes to the bench with 2 fouls. Riley Russell shooting her bonus shot. And she connects on the old-fashioned 3-point play. Old-fashioned, but still works, folks. King with the basketball. Kicks it across down to Holbert, and she is going to be fouled by Eastman. Hawks nearly got a steal on that one. That will be the second team foul on Gallatin, and that will be Abby's first. And the Lady Trojans to inbound right in front of the Hawk bench. Into Holbert. Holbert steps in, fires the 3. No good. Rebound on the backside. Eastman gets it off to Horton. Now to Russell, and here come the Lady Hawks. Pass across to Baker, fires one up from about 15 feet, no good. Rebound comes down to Knight. Knight from Weber gives it off to Holbert, ahead to King. The Lady Hawks still trail it by 1 with 15 seconds on the clock. Pass across to Holbert. Holbert into Knight. Pass is knocked loose. Harper Fromm gets it. She tries to throw it down court. Holbert steals it from her. Gives it to King, drives the lane, puts it up, no good. They're going to say she was fouled on the floor. And the foul coming against number 24, Abby Eastman. That'll be her second, team third, with 2.7 seconds to go. Cadence Holloway checks in, and Abby will check out with the 2 infractions. Ball flipped into Knight. Her shot is up. It rims out, and that's going to do it for the first quarter. And we are knotted at 12 as we go to the second quarter, and I will be back in just a second. It will be Gallatin County basketball to start the second quarter. On the floor for the Lady Hawks, Forrester, Russell, Orgel, Holmes, and Holloway, the starting 5 out there for the Lady Hawks. Over to Orgel, into the corner to Holloway. Cadence dribbles her way in, finds a seam, misses the layup. It comes down to Knight from Weber, ahead to Holbert. Holbert into the front court. Works her way to the middle of the floor. Nearly stolen by Holloway. Over to King on the far side. Now across to number 44 there, Forrestal, but we have a foul coming, I believe. Riley Russell took a pretty good shot right there. I think she's okay, just got smacked in the mouth. Foul whistled against number 24, Chloe King. That'll be her first, team first, and Riley will sit down as Mariah Horton checks in. Orgel on the left side, up top to Holloway, over the right to Forrester, into Horton. She bounces it down low. Holmes turns, fires one up and in. Hallie Holmes. And the Lady Hawks crawl back on top with Hallie's first basket of the night. Mariah Horton with the steal, has it knocked away. Orgel gets it back underneath to Horton, up and in. And let's see if we're going to count the basket. Basket is good from Mariah Horton. Foul was whistled against number 44, Forrestal. That is her second. Riley Russell back in the ball game, and Hannah Forrester sits down. Mariah shooting 2. And Mariah, or shooting 1, I'm sorry. Mariah connects on the 3-point play, and a timeout for Weber Township, a full timeout. So we're going to step away for just a second, and I'm going to get myself pulled back together. Kind of stepping all over my words up here, and we'll be back in about 60 seconds. So Gallatin County has pulled back on top by 5 here. Weber actually getting in just a little bit of foul trouble for a team that only has 7 girls on the roster. They can't afford foul trouble, and they have a couple of girls with 2, and we're early on in the second. Pass across to Holbert. Holbert across the line, drives down, pass in the corner to Knight. Underneath the King, her shot off the board, no good. Knight with a rebound. Her outlet pass gets away. Cadence Holloway runs it down. Nice fake by Cadence, up and in. And the Lady Hawks extend their lead. Weber with the basketball. King, middle of the floor. Gets it across to Withrow. Her pass underneath goes out of bounds. I'm sorry, that was Forstall. Her pass goes out of bounds, and the Lady Hawks force a turnover. 6:32 on the clock. Number 22, Withrow, checking back in as number 10, Mariah Anderson, will go to the bench. 6.5 minutes to go in the first half. Hannah Forster on the left side, up top to Cadence Holloway, back to Forster. Forster in the middle to Holmes. She dumps it low to Horton. Her shot is up and blocked by Knight, but they're going to whistle her for a foul. And that is number 1 on Eden Knight and number 3 against Weber in the quarter. And that will send Mariah Horton to the line to shoot 2. Mariah misses the first shot. Second shot is off the back iron and rebound by Withrow. Withrow gives it off to Knight. Knight across the line. Out to King. King over a screen by Knight, gives it off to Holbert. Now they try to dump it into King, and a pass is stolen by Holloway, who decides to take off, pulls up, fires the shot, no good. Rebound comes down, loose ball knocked loose to Hannah Forrester. She feeds Holloway in the middle, but Eden Knight slaps it away. And the Lady Trojans grab a steal and work the ball back their direction. King ahead to Holbert. Holbert is going to be fouled up top by Horton. And that will be Mariah's first. It will be the team first here in the second quarter. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. And Weber Township will inbound the ball right in front of us. Over to Holbert. Her pass to Knight. Knight's going to drive to the low block. Puts up the shot. No good. Rebound comes right back to her. Her pass underneath is stolen by Holmes. Gets it to Russell. Russell drives down. Her pass to Cadence led her just a little too far, and it goes out of bounds. The Lady Hawks give it back to the Lady Trojans. Ball into King. King over to Forstall. Forstall across the line, and they're going to say she took an extra step. She went into the trap. Couldn't tell if they were going to call a foul or a travel. They called a travel. And the Lady Hawks get it back. Five minutes to go in the first half. Lady Hawks up by 7. Over to Holloway. Back to Forrester. Up to Russell. She's standing on the hawk beak. Back to Forrester. Lady Hawks being very patient to Holloway. Moves in, dumps it over to Russell. Russell up top to Forrester. Kind of a dangerous pass there. Underneath to Holmes. She turns, spins, hits Horton. Horton turns, fires, misses. Holloway on the backside. Picks up the miss and puts it in. Cadence Holloway. King with the ball for Weber. Flips it ahead. Too far for Withrow, and it'll be out of bounds. Gallatin County basketball as Abby Eastman checks back in. Cadence Holloway to the bench. Abby checks in with 2 fouls. She is the one Hawk right now that has any kind of foul situation going on. Russell over to Forrester. Back up top to Eastman. Now over to Russell. She looks low to Horton. Turns. Tries to make a move, and is going to be a foul coming on number 44, Forstall. That'll be her 3rd. And that will be the team 4th, and it will send Mariah Horton to the line. Mariah connects on the first shot. Check again for the Lady Hawks. Greenlee Baker and Hallie Holmes will go to the bench. And Mariah's second shot rims out. Knight with a rebound. Gets the ball off to King, ahead to Holbert in the front court. Now down to Forstall underneath to Withrow. It's knocked loose and picked up by Eastman, but her pass is nearly stolen. Now we have a jump ball, and it will be Weber Township basketball on the alternating possession. 3:53 to go in the first half. King to inbound the ball for the Lady Trojans. Into Forstall, back to King for three, and she hits the three from the corner. Also the leading scorer right now for the Lady Trojans at 7. Ball off to Baker, back to Forrester, back to Baker on the right side. Up top to Russell. 3.5 minutes to go, first half. Back to Baker, back to Forrester. Harper Fromm set the check in, as is Cadence Holloway for the Lady Hawks. Over to Baker. Down low to Eastman, up top to Baker. She dribbles in, now out to Eastman. Bounce pass into Horton. She turns, she shoots, she misses. Eastman with the rebound, and she is going to be tied up underneath, and it's going to be Gallatin County basketball under their own goal. Cadence and Harper check again. And Hannah Forrester and Mariah Horton both going to the bench. 3:05 on the clock. In the corner to Russell. Up to Holloway. Back in the corner to Eastman, but it is stolen by King. And Weber will take over. She gets it to Knight. Back to King. Into Knight. She turns. Looking for help. Back out to Holbert. Holbert in the corner. For King for three. No good. Rebound comes down Riley Russell. And Riley's on the move. She's going to take it the length of the floor. Lays it up and in. Riley Russell. No Coach Fromm likes that. He likes to see Riley looking to score. 2.5 minutes left to go. First half. Pass into Knight. Now out to Holbert. She feeds Knight. In the corner to King. Back to Holbert. To King. To Holbert. Back to King. Top of the key. Feeds Knight underneath. She goes up. She misses. Rebound fought for. Comes down. It's Forstall. And a foul coming against Gallatin. I believe they've got Riley Russell. Nope, number 24, that is Abby Eastman. That'll be her third. And the team's second for the Lady Hawks. And Sophie Wargle will check in as Abby will have a seat for probably the remainder of the half. Forstall to inbound the ball for Weber Township. Into Holbert. Steps in, gives it out to Knight. Down to Forstall. Her pass stolen by Russell. And Riley shoots out of the pack. All the way to the other end, Riley Russell. And a quick timeout, 30-second timeout, Gallatin County. As the Lady Hawks have jumped up by 11 here. And a good effort there by Riley Russell. She just rocketed past everybody on that one. 1:54 to go, first half. And it will be Weber Township basketball taking it the length of the floor. On the floor for the Lady Hawks, Holmes, Horton, Baker, Holloway, and Wargle. Knight with the basketball, or I'm sorry, King with the basketball for Weber, and she is fouled by Mariah Horton. Pretty far away from the goal there. I know they weren't wanting that. That's the team third foul. It's Mariah's second. Mariah Anderson in the game now for Weber. She gives it to King, who passes across to Knight. Knight dribbles across, has the ball knocked out of her hands from behind. They're going to say last touch by Weber, and it will be Gallatin County basketball. Holloway for the Lady Hawks, 1.5 minutes to go. First half. Right up to the three-point line, over to Baker. Baker fires the three, no good. Rebound, long rebound, and it's going to be off of a couple of Hawks there, out of bounds. Be Weber Township basketball. 1:25 on the clock. King with the ball. Over a screen. Bounce pass into Knight, stolen by Wargle. Sophie Wargle came out of nowhere, took that one all the way to the house, and the Lady Hawks extend their lead. King. I'm getting the names confused. King, her pass is batted out of bounds, and they're going to say last touch off of Weber, and it will be Gallatin County basketball. Sophie went for the steal there, and then it went off the Weber player apparently. Pass inside to Holmes is batted back out. Baker has it to Horton. Gives it to Holloway. She dumps it way down low, but the pass is broken up and stolen by Knight. Her pass ahead is batted out of bounds by Holloway. And with 44.3 left on the clock, Hannah Forrester will check back in for the Lady Hawks. Mariah Anderson to inbound the ball for Weber. She gets it in. It hits a Hawk player, and we've got a jump ball as Cadence Holloway ties up Holbert. Lydia Holbert was tied up out there by Cadence Holloway. And it'll be Weber basketball in the alternating possession. Anderson to inbound right in front of the bench. Gets it into Holbert. Holbert drives, free throw line, opposite side of the floor. In the corner to, I believe that was Withrow. Knight ends up with the ball. Her pass in the middle is hit and knocked out of bounds. Hannah Forrester tried to save it, but it's going to be off of her. And the Lady Trojans to inbound into their own goal. And just a miscue there on the handle. Anderson to inbound it. Flips it up top. Stolen by Baker. Greenlee Baker drives in. Her shot is affected by Knight. She missed it. King with the rebound, throws it out long. Cadence Holloway intercepts and then travels with the basketball. 16.5 on the clock. Is a good hustle there by Cadence. She ran it down and just ran out of juice and couldn't hang on to the ball. Harper Fromm checks in. Cadence comes to the bench for the final 16 seconds. Anderson to inbound for Weber. Flips it in to King. King to Anderson. 13 on the clock. Out to Holbert. 10 underneath. Pass broken up by Wargle. Out of bounds. 6.9 left on the clock for the first half. Anderson into Holbert. Holbert's going to drive. Kicks it back out to Knight. Knight on the move to the goal. Her shot is up, and I think they're going to count it. Basket is good. And that will send Eden Knight to the line. Foul whistled against number 2, Mariah Horton. That is her third. She misses the free throw. It comes down to Wargle, and that's going to be it. So at the end of one half of play, Lady Hawks lead it 28-17. We're going to step away, and we will be back in a few moments.
The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would like to say a huge thank you to this year's broadcast sponsors. Ultra-fast speeds? Check. Future-proof network? Check. Locally owned with local technicians and local customer service? Triple check. Shawnee Communications has built its fiber network to ensure your online lifestyle never skips a beat. Whether you're streaming, deploying smart home devices, or working remotely, Shawnee Communication checks all of your boxes. To learn more, visit www.shawnee.com. Wenzel Lumber Company, located at 7490 Island Riffle Road in Junction, Illinois, are producers of crane and access mats, hardwood cribbling, mine props, timbers, and pinboards. Call 618-269-3286 for all your lumber needs at Wenzel Lumber Company. New Hope General Baptist Church and Pastor Daniel Accord invite everyone to join them for Sunday school at 9:30, church at 10:30, and Thursday night Bible study at 6 o'clock. They are located just 4 miles north of Ridgeway on Jackson New Hope Road. New Hope General Baptist Church, sharing God's love together. Banterra Bank is proud to support Gallatin County schools. Did you know that Banterra has been helping our community thrive since 1975? It all started right here in Gallatin County with Banterra's very first branch in Ridgeway. Today, 50 years later, Banterra has grown to more than 40 locations across 6 states, and they are proud to be based in Southern Illinois. Now, opening an account is easier than ever with Banterra's new online account opening option. You can get started anytime, anywhere. Stop by your local branch or visit Banterra Bank to open your account today. Banterra Bank, member FDIC. Are you looking for a place where you can feel like part of the family? A place to grow in faith and connect with your community? We'd love for you to join us this Sunday at the Ohio Valley General Baptist Church in Shawneetown, located at 188 East Church Street. Come as you are. Everyone is welcome. Our Sunday school kicks things off at 10 a.m. Then stay with us for our Sunday morning worship service at 11 a.m., where Pastor Perry Musgraves brings an inspiring message straight from Scripture. Find your church family at Ohio Valley General Baptist Church.
The philosophy of Legence Bank is sit down with the customer, listen to their needs, and figure it out and figure a solution for them.
During COVID, Legence, they were who we looked for the PPP loan help, which allowed us to guarantee wages with our employees. Legence, they understand your entire business, whether it be checking, savings, equipment loans. They've really been a great partner in our business.
We have a great array of business products that we offer our customers. Our app is a great feature that we offer because there's so many capabilities with it. All of these different ways of taking care of your business definitely help the business work smoothly and efficiently.
Shawnee Tree Service LLC is a fully insured local business that provides 24/7 service on storm cleanup. They also provide tree trimming, tree removal, and stump grinding. Contact Gallatin County native Garrett Crane at 618-383-3019 for all your needs. The Gallatin County Athletic Boosters would also like to thank the following families and individuals: Larry and Jill Fillingham, John and Kathy Seeley, Terry and Anita Golden, the West family, Nick and Jacqueline Hunt, Mike and Charlotte Pritchett, Patty Winters, the Russell family, class of 1992. A huge thank you to all the sponsors for supporting your Hawks athletics.
All right, we are crawling down toward the 5-minute mark here before we get started with the second half. So let's go ahead and go through the unofficial stats, the unofficial scoring stats. The Lady Hawks right now being led by Cadence Holloway with 8 points, Riley Russell with 7, 4 points for Sophie Wargle, 3 points apiece for Hallie Holmes and Mariah Horton. And I'm missing someone. 2 points for Hannah Forrester for their total of 28. And for Weber, right now they are being led by Chloe King with 7, 4 points apiece for Eden Knight and Emma Forstall, and 2 points for Lydia Holbert for their total of 17. Lady Hawks lead it by 11 here at the half. Let's take a look again at the upcoming schedule, just so you're aware. I know I've made you aware every night this week. You're probably tired of hearing it, but here we go again. The Lady Hawks, this is their last regular season game, and they will begin regional tournament play on Saturday here at the high school. They'll be taking on Egyptian at 1 o'clock. If the Lady Hawks win, they will move on to the regional semifinal game against Goreville Monday night at 7:30, and that game is also here. A win that night will put them in the regional championship game a week from this Friday on the 20th, and that championship game will also be here at Gallatin, as Gallatin is hosting the regional tournament. For the Hawks boys squad, Tomorrow night, they will be down to play Pope County. That game tomorrow night at 6 o'clock down at Pope County. And then next week on Tuesday the 17th, they will travel down to Hardin County. On Wednesday the 18th, Carrier Mills will be here for a rescheduled game. And then on Thursday the 19th, they will have senior night as they will take on the Crab Orchard Trojans. And that will be the end of their regular season. And then they will start regional tournament play the following week on the 23rd of February. We do not know an opponent yet. We will know an opponent tomorrow afternoon. I will have that for you tomorrow night when we're down at Pope County. But the Hawks were seeded 8th in their regional bracket of 17 teams. So they were an upper bracket team. They will be hosting a play-in game, or a quarterfinal game, if you would rather call it that. And that will take place next week. We will have all that information for you tomorrow night down at Pope County. So we're about 2.5 minutes away from the start of this one. I'm going to take a break, get myself a drink, and I will be back with the call of the second half in about 2 minutes. And we are now down under the 1 minute mark. The officials back out on the floor, as is both squads. And we're going to start the second half here very shortly, as it will be Gallatin County basketball to start the second half across the way. Trying to get a sneak peek down there and see who is going to be on the floor for the Lady Hawks. And I, quite frankly, couldn't tell you right now. They are all over the place. And for the Lady Hawks, it'll be Cadence Holloway, Hallie Holmes, Sophie Wargle, Hannah Forrester, and Riley Russell. It'll be the starting unit for the Lady Hawks. For Weber, it would appear that it is their starting unit as well. And we got our scoreboard fixed and adjusted for you here. And we are ready to go. Ball inbounded to Russell. And she is across the line, and the Hawks are on the offense to start the second half. Forrester in the corner to Holloway. She dumps it low to Holmes. Her shot is smacked out of bounds by Knight. Holloway with the inbound, gets it into Russell. Up to Forrester. Down to Holloway for three. Corner three. Cadence Holloway connects. Lady Hawks extend their lead right from the start. Hallie Holmes nearly has a steal, and the ball is yanked away from her by Withrow. Pass ahead, Forstall underneath to Knight. Her shot up and in. And the Lady Trojans break the pressure defense and get an easy bucket. Back to the other end, Russell to Forrester, to Wargle, back to Forrester. She's going to pull it out to Russell. Pass over to Russell from Holloway, up top to Forrester. Into Wargle, kicks it over Holloway, fires one up. It's no good. Long board. Knight with long arms nearly gets it. Holmes comes down with it, gets a pass off to Holloway, who will drive and score. Nice perseverance there by Hallie Holmes to come down with that. The Lady Hawks back to the pressure defense. Pass across to King. King with the ball for Weber, gives it up top to Holbert. Holbert backs it up near the timeline over to King on the right side in the corner to Forstall. Her pass underneath, stolen by Holmes, and then she is going to be fouled by number 4. That is Eden Knight. That'll be her second, team first. And the Lady Hawks will take it the length of the floor. 6:21 on the clock. Into Russell. Russell into the front court. Over to Forrester. Forrester back up top to Holloway. Holloway to Forrester. Gives it up to Russell. Russell down to Holloway. Kicks it in to Holmes. She feeds Russell on the back door, but she walked before she put up the shot. And the Lady Hawks will swap it back over to the Lady Trojans. Ball into Holbert. She will bring it up court. Gets it off to King. Now the Lady Hawks will try to trap. Bounce over to Knight. Knight way down low to Holbert. She spins the middle of the lane, puts one up. She is going to be fouled by Sophie Wargle, I believe. And I am correct. That's Sophie's first foul, first team foul. And it will send Lydia Holbert to the line to shoot a pair for the Lady Trojans. Her first shot is no good. Holbert's second shot is good. I just about lost my water there, about knocked it off the table. And Lady Hawks lead it by 13. Over to Forrester, up top to Holloway, over to Russell. She tries to feed it down low to Wargle, but it's knocked out of bounds. Eden Knight from Weber Township has just a big wingspan when she puts her arms out. I would think she's probably a fantastic volleyball player. Ball into Forrester. She has it nearly stolen, but comes back up with it. Holbert just about picked her pocket. Gets it off to Russell. Russell works to the right side. Dumps it low to Holmes. Her shot is up. She is going to be fouled on the backside by number 44. That is Forstall. That will be her fourth. And that will trigger Mariah Anderson off the bench for Weber, as Hallie Holmes will shoot 2. Hallie misses the first shot. And there comes Anderson, and Forstall will go to the bench. Lady Trojans can't afford to get in too big of foul trouble. Second shot from Holmes no good as it comes down, and King with the rebound for Weber Township. And she will bring it up, gets it to Knight, back to King. King almost has her pocket picked by Wargle. Pass underneath to Withrow, underneath to Anderson on the low block. Good look there by Withrow, and Anderson puts it in for her first basket of the night. And the Lady Hawks lead is trimmed to 11. Forrester with the ball. Abby Eastman check again for the Lady Hawks for someone. Back to Wargle, over to Forrester. 4:40 on the clock. Russell down to Holloway. Her pass underneath to Wargle is batted around a couple of times. Sophie comes down with it, but then a jump ball is called, and it'll be Weber basketball. And Abby Eastman checks in, and Sophie Wargle will go to the bench. Holbert across the line to Knight. Knight's going to drive all the way to the low block. Her shot is up, no good. And the rebound long on the backside goes off of a Weber player, and it will be Lady Hawk basketball. Russell to Holloway. Holloway in the front court. Tries to bounce it in. It goes off a Weber player's leg. Eastman comes up with it. She tries to force one down low, and it's knocked loose. Weber comes up with a loose ball. Holbert drives down. She fires the long two off the board. Knight is there, and she has the rebound taken away from behind, but it's also going to be a foul called on Hallie Holmes. That'll be her second, team second. And Weber will inbound the ball under their own goal. Anderson flips it into Knight. Knight, middle of the lane. Her shot no good. Foul coming, and it's going to be against Holmes. And that will be her third, as Hallie has picked up 2 quick ones here. And the Lady Hawks getting themselves in a spot of foul trouble, as Eden Knight goes to the line to shoot 2. She connects on the first. This free throw here could trim the Hawk lead back to single digits. Mariah Horton has checked in for Hallie Holmes. Knight's second shot off the back iron. She gets her own rebound, puts one up from about 5 feet, and it's good. And Weber has closed the gap to 8 with 3:50 left to play in the third quarter. Eastman up top to Forrester. Over on the left side to Holloway. Holloway to Forrester off the board, no good. Rebound fought for. King comes down with it from Weber, ahead to Holbert, all by herself on the other end. She lays one in, and Gallatin says, hey, we got to talk about this. Timeout, Coach Fromm, full timeout. And we're going to step away, be back in 60 seconds. And we're about ready to go. And they have turned the heat on in the gym, and Weber Township has turned up the heat on the floor as they have closed the gap to a 6-point game. And it will be Gallatin basketball with 3.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Lady Hawks desperately needing a basket on this trip down the floor. Give themselves just a little breathing room. Forrester with the ball up top, over to Holloway. She is going to drive all the way in, has her shot blocked. Russell feeds it low to Mariah Horton, up and in, and Mariah Horton stays hot as she connects for her 5th point, and the Lady Hawks extend the lead to 8. Holbert across the line, working it to the right side, picks it up, pass in the middle, knocked away by Forrester, picked up by Anderson, and she throws it into Butch Brazier in the front row. And the Lady Hawks with wholesale changes. Sophie Wargle inbounds the ball to Harper Fromm. Abby Eastman, Greenlee Baker also on the floor for the Lady Hawks. Over to Eastman. Up top to Baker. Baker over to Fromm. Fromm dribbles in, fires one up. Harper's shot no good. Rebound King on the backside, feeds Holbert. Trying to get her on the out pass for a break. Now up to King. Lady Hawks with a 2-3. King flips it to the middle to Knight. Knight turns, looking for someone for help. Drives to the middle of the lane, kicks it out to Holbert, fires the 3. Rebound comes off on the backside. It is King, and the Lady Trojans are dominating the boards right now. As for Chloe King, that is her 11th point of the night. Over to Baker. Baker, just over 2 minutes to go in the third. And she's going to be whistled for the walk as she was trying to get the ball inside. Got a little anxious. Pass ahead to Eastman is stolen from Holbert. Underneath to Fromm. Her shot up, no good. Rebound comes down to Anderson, and we're going to have a jump ball. It'll be Gallatin basketball. Checking in for the Lady Hawks, Hallie Holmes and Riley Russell. And Mariah Horton and Greenlee Baker will have a seat. 1:48 to go in the third. Lady Hawks looking for a basket, needing one pretty bad. In the corner to Fromm. One step, bounces it back to Eastman. Abby pulls it out. The Lady Hawks are going to operate from up top. Russell with the ball. Over to Fromm. Dumps it low to Holmes. She spins underneath. Her shot is blocked from behind by Knight. King comes down with a loose ball. Gets it off to Knight. Back to King. Across the line. And I think she took an extra step there. But they're going to call a timeout. And it will be Weber Township ball right in front of their bench. 1:20 on the clock. Heard the whistle, thought he was going to call a travel, but apparently there was a timeout called, and a good timeout called, as it retains the possession. Withrow to inbound the ball for Weber. And she's going to look to feed someone going to the goal. She finds King. King bounces it back to Anderson. Her shot is up, no good. Knight is there for the rebound, no good. Comes down to Wargle. Sophie Wargle pulls it out. Now she's on her way. Kicks it across to Baker. Baker, got away with a walk. Went to the middle of the lane, put up a shot. Got a foul coming. Looks like it was on number 24. That is King. That'll be her second. Be the team third. It sends Greenlee Baker to the line to shoot a pair. And Greenlee's first shot is hard off the back iron. Cadence Holloway comes in. Abby Eastman will go to the bench. 1:06 on the clock in the third. Lady Hawks clinging to a lead. Free throw, no good. Run down by Holbert. She gives it off to King, ahead to Knight. Knight across the line is going to go all the way. Lays it up, no good. Rebound comes down to Sophie Wargle. Sophie going to push it back to the Hawk into the floor. Ahead to Russell, and they're going to say she traveled trying to run it down. It was a good look, and Riley gave it a great effort. Just had to take that extra step to get it. King with the basketball for Weber. 45 seconds on the clock. Across the line. Russell out guarding her up top. Has the ball knocked loose. It's a loose ball. Picked up by Withrow. Ahead to Knight. Knight down to Holbert. And we're going to have a foul coming on Riley Russell. And that will be Riley's first. It'll be the team fourth. So on the next foul, Weber will be in the bonus. Pass in to Holbert all by herself. Nobody picked her up. Somebody blew an assignment there. And Holbert goes to the goal. The Lady Hawks more than likely will want to hold it for one shot down here with 23 seconds left. Ball knocked out of bounds. Correction, 21 seconds. Could tell Coach Fromm not pleased with the effort this quarter. Ball into Holloway underneath to Wargle. Loses her balance, puts one up. Holmes with the rebound. He goes up, and a foul coming on Withrow. That'll be her third. And let's see if they say she was in the act of shooting. They do. And Hallie Holmes at the line to shoot a pair with 15.7 left on the clock. Hallie's first free throw up and good. Hannah Forrester checks in as Greenlee Baker comes out, and looks like Jocelyn Oxford at the bench getting ready to check in. She is going to check in for Holmes if she's successful here on this free throw. She is not. Hallie almost picks up that fourth foul, and then a walk by the player from Weber, which was Withrow. Checking in for Weber, number 44, Emma Forstall. as Withrow will go to the bench. Lady Hawks to inbound it under their own goal with 11 seconds left. Jocelyn Oxford to inbound it into Russell in the corner to Wargle to Oxford. She puts it on the ground, has her pass stolen by Holbert, and a quick foul by Sophie Wargle, and that's going to send Holbert to the line, as that's Sophie's second foul. And Lydia Holbert will go to the line to shoot 2 with 4.1 seconds left. Lady Hawks definitely have to make sure they box out on this free throw. You don't want Weber to get an easy stick back, and they've got some good rebounders down there in Knight and King. First shot up and good by Holbert. Holbert's second attempt is up, and it's also good. And we are back to a one-possession ball game. 1 second on the clock. The fire from midcourt, no good. And at the end of 3, Gallatin 36, Weber Township 33. We are ready to go for the fourth quarter. It will be Weber basketball to start the fourth. On the floor for the Hawks, Forrester, Russell, Holmes, Horton, and Holloway. And for Weber, Forstall, King, Knight, Holbert, and Anderson. Ball inbounded to Holbert. She kicks it off to King. Going to drive all the way to the low block. Foul coming on Hannah Forrester as King bowled her way to the goal and drew the foul, and she will go to the line and shoot 2. Chloe King, the leading scorer right now for Weber, with 11. First shot is up and good. And King's second shot on its way, and it is also good. And the Lady Hawks lead is trimmed to 1. Into the front court, Holloway over to Russell, into Horton. Up top, Forrester. Pulls it back out, guarded closely by Anderson. Over to Holloway on the left side, dumps it low to Horton over her head, and it is picked up down there by number 44, Emma Forstall, but she was on the end line, and it will be Gallatin basketball underneath their own goal. Russell into Holmes. Ball loose on the floor. Halley comes up with it, misses a shot. Horton gets the rebound, and we have a jump ball. It'll be Gallatin basketball. And again, the Lady Hawks inbound into their own goal. Pass into Forrester. Dribbles it back up top, now to the left side, back to the right. And a foul coming out there by Anderson. That'll be her first, team first, on the Trojans. Holloway into Russell, to Horton. Back to Holloway, fires the 3, no good. Rebound, King. Ball knocked away from her. She picks it up. Now we got the scrum and a jump ball, and it's a Weber Township possession. And with 7:16 on the clock, Weber takes over with an opportunity to have their first lead since the first quarter. Holbert with the basketball. Into King. Ahead to Knight. Knight gonna drive. Kicks it out to King. Fires the three. Connects with the three. And with that basket, Weber Township takes their first lead since early in the first quarter. Over to Holloway. She drives in. Her three is on the way off the board. No good. Rebound comes down to King. Her pass out to Holbert. Holbert drives. Low block. Draws the foul on Russell and will go to the line to shoot two. They're going to say she was on the ground. So the foul was whistled against Russell. That is her second, team second. Into Holbert. Back to Knight. Her shot off the iron. No good. Gets her own rebound. Goes up again. Misses. Rebound. Fought for. Holbert runs it down in the corner. Fires the three. No good. Rebound. Riley Russell. Riley has it knocked loose. She's fighting for the board. Gets it. Takes it all the way down. Lays it up and in. Riley Russell with some perseverance right there to take it all the way. Lady Hawks tie it up. Pass in to King. Over to Knight. Knight back up top to King. King over to Holbert. Holbert as the crowd starts to get in and across the way. Holbert with the basketball, works the right side all the way to the corner. Her pass cross court is stolen by Holmes. She gives it off to Russell and the Lady Hawks with 5:50 on the clock. Try to take the lead back. Over to Holloway. Underneath to Holmes, down to Horton. She goes up. Her shot rolls in. And the Lady Hawks back on top. 5.5 left. King ahead to Knight. Knight puts it on the ground. She goes, kicks it low. Anderson's down there. I'm sorry, it was Holbert. Her shot no good. Rebound Riley Russell. Timeout Gallatin County. And the Lady Hawks with 5:24 to go will retain possession on the timeout by the bench. Full timeout, Coach Brazier says. And so we're going to take 60 seconds. Be back in just a minute. All right, it'll be Gallatin County basketball. Lady Hawks lead it by 2. 5 minutes, 23 seconds on the clock. Holloway with the basketball up into the front court for the Lady Hawks. Over to Wargle. Wargle gets it across to Holloway. Holloway up top, Forrester, top of the key. Pulls it back over to Holloway. She is going to drive to the baseline, all the way down. Her shot up and good. Cadence Holloway puts one in from about 10 feet, and the Lady Hawks extend their lead. Pass from King to Knight. Now to Holbert, just inside the three-point line. Her shot no good. Holloway with the rebound. And the Lady Hawks back to their end. Coach Fromm says, let's run our offense. And Cadence decides to take it in. She is going to be fouled in there by number 45. I believe that's who they whistled that on. Number 45, that's her second. That is Lydia Holbert. Picks up her second foul, team second. And Sophie Wargle to inbound the ball for the Lady Hawks. Into Forrester, into the corner. Hannah yanks it away, gives it to Holloway. Her shot from about 8 feet, no good. Rebound fought for. Mariah Horton come down with it. Her shot no good. It comes out to Cadence Holloway. Sophie Wargle flips it out to her. Cadence throws one in. And the Lady Hawks extend the lead back to 6. King in the middle tonight, now over to Anderson for 3. In and out. Rebound comes down to Withrow. Her shot is up, but she is fouled. And I believe it's going to be on Mariah Horton. And for Mariah, that is her fourth. Mariah has played a good ball game here tonight. And at the line, number 22, Emery Withrow shooting a pair. Her first one rims in. And that is Withrow's first point of the night. Hallie Holmes comes out. Riley Russell checks in. Withrow's second shot on its way. It rims off. No one is there. Mariah Horton and Knight runs it down right in front of the scorer's table. And then she is going to be fouled by Wargle, who was attempting to get a steal. And that is Sophie's third and the team fourth whistled against the Lady Hawks. 4:05 to go in the ball game. King with the basketball. Over to Anderson, up top to Holbert. Back to Knight, the free throw line. She spins in, out to King for three. No good, rebound underneath. Wargle had her boxed off, but Anderson comes down with it and then steps on the end line as she's trying to pull the ball out. And the Lady Hawks will take over with 3:45 on the clock. Holloway into the front court. Over to Russell, into Horton. Her shot is fouled from behind by Lydia Holbert, and that will be her third, team third, and it will send Mariah Horton to the line to shoot a pair. Have to think this is a pair of big free throws right here, even though there is 3.5 minutes left to go. First shot is up and good. Abby Eastman checks in, and Riley Russell will go to the bench. And someone checked in for Weber, I believe. I didn't see who it was. Horton off the back iron, and Weber with the board. King with the ball, gives it off to Holbert on the far side. Now back to King up near the center circle. Over to Holbert. She fires the three. It is no good. Rebound comes down Cadence Holloway. Holloway clears everybody out, and she's going to bring it up court for the Lady Hawks. Into the front court, 3 minutes, 10 seconds on the clock. Eastman with the ball. Cross court to Holloway. Holloway dumps it low to Horton, loses the handle. Pass ahead to King. King drives, shoots, misses. Rebound comes down Sophie Wargle. And Sophie gives it off to Eastman. Flashes a smile after throwing a suspect pass back to Eastman. Eastman with the ball, works the ball right, has it knocked out of bounds by Holbert. 2:40 on the clock. Pass underneath to Holloway, her shot no good. Ball comes down in the hands of Knight. Knight across the line, gets it over to Holbert on the far side. 2 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. Down to King. She feeds Knight. She loses the handle. It's picked up by Holloway. And the Lady Hawks will take back over possession. Into the front court. Holloway's going to, she's going to carry the basketball. She saw a lane, saw an opening, and it just got away from her. Hallie Holmes is going to check in. Abby Eastman to the bench. Just a shade over 2 minutes to go in the ball game. King with the basketball for Weber across the line. Over to Withrow. Her pass underneath, knocked down and picked up by Forrester. The Lady Hawks take over. Hannah back to the front court, pulls it back out, and the Lady Hawks are going to run a little clock. Out to Holloway. 1:45 on the clock. She's going to dribble. She's going to drive in. She's going to shoot. Her shot no good. Holmes is there. Her rebound no good. Gets her own board. Goes up. Foul coming. And it could be against number 4. Nope, it's against number 22. That is Emery Withrow. That'll be her fourth. And that'll be the team fourth. And Greenlee Baker checks in for Hannah Forrester. Mariah Anderson checks in for Withrow with the 4 fouls. And Riley Russell checks back in as Mariah Horton goes to the bench. And Hallie Holmes at the line. I stand corrected. Withrow checks out. That is her 5th foul. I must have missed one. So Emery Withrow has fouled out of this game. So Weber is down to 6 players. Hallie misses the first free throw. Second one is on the way. It's no good. Rebound loose on the floor. And a quick jump ball, and it'll be Gallatin County basketball with just over a minute and a half to go. 97 seconds left to play in this thing. Holloway to inbound for the Lady Hawks. Gets it in. Loose on the floor. Russell has it, and we got another jump ball. And quickly it will be back to Weber Township. 95 seconds left to play now. Abby Eastman checks in, and Riley Russell will go to the bench. Riley looks like she is spent. Ball into King. King up across the line. Underneath, down to Knight. Knight on the baseline, drives in, under the go, steps on the inline, dribbles on the inline rather, and the Lady Hawks will take over. Weber Township now going with a little full court pressure. Orgel into Baker. Baker tries to dribble through Holbert, but she is fouled. That'll be Holbert's 4th, and that will send Greenlee Baker to the line to shoot 2. As both teams will be in the bonus on the next foul. Gallatin is on the bonus. Weber will be in bonus on the next foul from Gallatin, as long as it's not an offensive foul. And Greenlee Baker at the line to shoot 2. 2 big free throws coming here for Greenlee. First one is up, and it is good. Mariah Horton checks in. Sophie Wargel will go to the bench. That's Greenlee's first point of the night. And Greenlee buries them both. And a couple of players checked in. I was getting my score sheet ready as Hallie Holmes and Greenlee Baker go out. Up into the front court is Weber Township. Pass back up top to Holbert. Holbert nearly loses the handle. Puts up the shot. Free throw line extended, and it bounces around. And they're going to say it hit the wire, so it's going to be Gallatin County basketball. Hit the guide wire. Holmes checks in. Russell to the bench. And the Lady Hawks with 1 minute, 2 seconds on the clock. Eastman going to have to get it across that line. She does. Working against the defender out there. That is Anderson. She gives it off to Holloway. Holloway drives in, gets the ball out to Forrester. Forrester working against the defender, which is Holbert. Now back to Eastman. Eastman trying to get rid of the ball. And she is going to be fouled by number 45, Lydia Holbert, and that will be her 5th foul. And that will bring in the last player off the bench for Weber Township. That is Kava Patel coming in with 41 seconds left to play. Hannah Forrester at the line, or I'm sorry, Abby Eastman at the line shooting 2. Abby connects on the first one, and that is her first point of the night. Harper Fromm checks in as Hannah Forrester will go to the bench. And the second shot up and good from Eastman, and it is back to a 10-point advantage for the Lady Hawks. King with the ball up court, gives it off to Anderson. Anderson back across the middle with 30 seconds left. King in the corner of Patel. Patel tries to get it across court. It is going to be stolen by Holloway. Holloway is going to drive the length and pull it back out. And the Lady Hawks are content to let the clock run. It's out to Fromm. Fromm guarded out top, gives it off to Eastman. Eastman with the ball. 12 seconds, 10 on the clock. They give it back to Holloway, 7-6. Lady Hawks are just letting it run out. And that'll do it. It's a successful senior night for the Lady Hawks as they come away with a 49-39 victory over a very good Weber Township team. And let's take a look at the unofficial stats as I have them. As far as scoring goes, for the Lady Hawks, they were led in scoring by Cadence Holloway with 17. Riley Russell had 9. 4 points apiece for Hallie Holmes and Sophie Wergel. And 2 points apiece for Abby Eastman, Greenlee Baker, and Hannah Forrester for the Hawks, total of 49. For Weber, they were led by Chloe King with 16. 7 points for Eden Knight, 9 points for Lydia Holbert, 4 points for Emma Forstall, and 2 for Mariah Anderson. And that is the scoring for both squads as Gallatin County improves to 15-14 on the year, and Weber Township drops to 11-16. And we are joined here by Coach Fromm, who's come up to have a chat with us, and we'll make it a quick one. I know he wants to go say a few words to his team, so get my microphone ready here. Coach, I think probably the word of the night is perseverance. I think that's what your girls did all night long.
Yep. They first half couldn't have played really better on defense out there. That's been a trend for us all year long. Played really good on defense. Had pretty good offense in transition. Once again, it was we scored off transition, but third quarter we struggled to get to those passes that we were getting to earlier, but we locked it down in the fourth quarter, and the girls played an excellent game. I know it got close there at the end, but where they were able to stretch it back out, I was super proud of them tonight.
I think this is one of those games that you're getting ready to go into the postseason, and with that starting on Saturday, and to face a team like this tonight, I mean, they're a good, solid team. They're scrappy, and they got a lot of tools. And to face a team like that before you go into postseason, I think that has to be a plus.
Oh yeah, so Weber's first of all really well coached team, a really good team. They got post players, they got guards. And to be able to play them right before postseason is a nice game, right, to get ready for the postseason. Now our record's 0-0, and we're going postseason, and we gotta survive and advance for the rest of the year.
And we got the next game coming up Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock against the Egyptian Lady Pharaohs. What do you know about Egyptian?
They're a solid team. They like to run the ball a little bit. They've got a guard that can shoot the ball fairly well. So we're gonna have to bring our A game to beat them, and so we're excited about it. Excited about the opportunity and get to play at home. So please come out and support our girls. It'd mean a lot to them Saturday at 1 o'clock.
All right, Coach. Hey, thanks a lot. Appreciate you coming up.
Thanks, Coach.
As Coach Fromm, after the win tonight, the Lady Hawks, like I said, improved to 15-14, and they will be in action again on Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock here at the high school. They'll be taking on Egyptian in the first round of the regional tournament. If they are successful against Egyptian, they will move on to Monday night, 7:30, taking on the Goreville Lady Black Cats, and that is the regional semifinal. If they are able to get past Goreville, then next Friday night, February 20th, will be the regional championship game, 7 o'clock here at Gallatin County. More than likely, we'll see a team like Christopher come out on the other side of that bracket. But the Lady Hawks heading into postseason, and like Coach said, we survive in advance, and everybody's records are 0-0. So that's where the Lady Hawks are at. Quick update on the boys. Tomorrow night, they will be down at Golconda taking on Pope County. I'll be on the call with you tomorrow night. And then next week, 3 games in a row for the boys. Tuesday night at Hardin County, Wednesday night home against Carrier Mills, and then Thursday night, the 19th, home against Crab Orchard. And that will be senior night for the boys basketball team, and I believe for some other individuals as well. On Thursday night. And then the following week, on the 23rd of February, the boys will begin regional tournament play. They were given a number 8 seed in their grouping of regional teams today, 8 out of 17. So they will host a first-round game at home, and that is coming up on the week of the 23rd. So a lot of basketball coming up. Hopefully a whole lot more for both teams. Big win tonight for the Lady Hawks here on senior night, winning at 49-39 over Weber Township. This is Dave Cruzen saying I'll see you tomorrow night down at Golconda.